Okay, so hi, welcome. One of the requests I had for a video was a short yoga warm up for cardio exercise. So whether you're doing a HIIT workout at home or you're going to go for a run, um, just checking we're recording, or a cycle, just something that will just move into the body a bit, start to loosen up through the joints and through the muscles and get you ready to sweat. So we'll start off sitting back into a child's pose. So we'll sink hips back onto heels, forehead down onto the mat, reaching forward through the fingertips. So maybe just some sways from side to side. Just feeling the weight of the hips, feeling the hips reach back and feeling the whole of the spine long, feeling space between the vertebrae. Fingertips reach, so even in our child's pose, the arms stay really nice and active. So just feeling the spine long, feeling the space between each vertebrae lengthening. And on an inhale, we'll come up and we'll just move into cat-cow. So warming up through the spine, through the chest. So as we round, we exhale. And as we arch the back, we inhale. And just flowing with your pattern of breath. Taking any movements that you like, maybe getting into the hips with some hip circles and just listening to your body and noticing where it needs any attention this morning. And then when you're ready to come to center, we'll just sit back onto the heels. I'll turn to face you. And we'll just come into the neck. So moving with the breath from side to side. Maybe little semicircles. And then we'll bring the right ear to the right shoulder and just placing the hand onto the head, extending left arm out, flexing the left fingers back, just gentle pressure onto the side of the head and just feeling that stretch all the way down through the left side of the neck, through the arm to the fingertips. Take a breath and then we'll come to the other side, flexing right fingertips out now, just coming into neck. Maybe just playing around with the angle of that hand. You might feel it all the way down to the tips of the fingers. And then we'll come back up and come back onto all fours. We'll just reach the right arm up, twisting through the spine, and then thread the needle behind the left hand, coming down onto the left side of the face, pressing into left hand to open up. So the right shoulder presses down, but there's no pressure into the neck. The twist comes from the center of the spine. So take a breath and then come through center, come to other side. Left hand reaches up, twisting open and threading the needle through to the other side. The left side of the face down, the right palm pressing into the mat so that we can twist through the shoulders. Maybe the shoulders stack on top of each other, pressing left shoulder down. Then we'll inhale, come back up. Tuck toes, we'll press up and back to down dog, and in down dog, maybe pedaling feet. So bending one knee and the other, coming into the hamstrings, into the backs of the legs. On an in-breath, raise the right leg up. Open the hip. So drop the heel towards the bum. And we'll just circle that right hip. So getting some mobility into the hip joint now. Moving in one direction and changing direction. And then raising up on an inhale, stepping right foot forward, exhale. Runner's lunge for a moment, just playing again with that weight of the body. Finding a nice centered place and feeling into the back of the right leg, the front of the left, just playing with the weight, noticing anywhere that the body could feel like it could open up a little more. We'll drop the left knee, rise up on an in-breath, and sink back into Ardha Hanumanasana on an out-breath. So coming in to the front of the left leg, and then into the hamstring of the right leg. So just a couple like this with your flow of breath. So the inhale rises up, and the exhale sinks back. Next in-breath, bending into front leg, bringing the left knee up, lengthen through spine, inhale, bring the hips back on an exhale, round the back. In-breath, arch, out-breath, round. So just a couple more with your flow of breath. And then coming forward, we'll place left hand down, turn right arm up, once again twisting through the spine. So crown of the head reaches long, fingertips reach up. Breathing and bringing hand down. Stepping back, maybe raising right leg once again, then placing right leg down, coming to other side. So left leg rises, inhale. Bending the knee, opening through the hip. And then circling the knee. So moving in one direction. And then coming to the other direction. Just feeling through the hip joint. Nice and open. And then inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, step through. Just runner's lunge for a moment, finding that center weight. Feeling into the body anywhere that feels like it could do with a little bit more openness. And imagining sending the breath there. We'll drop the knee. Rise up on an inhale. Sink back on an exhale. Rise up. And sink back. And just moving at your pace. Feeling flex into the hips, into the hamstrings. And then coming forward, untucking the back knee into runner's lunge, arch the back. And round as you straighten the leg. You can bring the toes up off the mat if you like. So again, hamstrings, quads, all of the legs getting a nice little rinse before you start your workout. And then coming forward, right hand comes down, turning the chest and reaching through the left hand. Twisting open. So right here. And then hands comes down. We'll step right foot forward to meet left. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale and fold forward. Exhale. Root through the feet. Rise up. And hands to heart. We'll just take hands onto the hips. And just take some circles through the hips. So in one direction and the other direction. And feet come together, reach up through arms, open to left side, holding on to right wrist, through center and over to right side, holding on to center. We'll step to the front of the mat, just one sun salutation to warm up through the entire body. So fold forward as you exhale, lengthen as you inhale. Step back to plank, engage through the belly, draw it back to the spine. Lower down knees, chest, chin, and rise up into cobra. You can take a moment or two here and just drop the shoulders away from the ears, reach the crown of the head up. And then back to down dog. Pressing into arms, fingertips down, rooting up through the wrists, shoulders back, heels drop down. We'll look forward to the hands, bend the knees, hop or step forward, making your way to seated. We'll just take a moment in boat pose. So waking up through the belly, keeping spine long. Toes can be pointed or flexed, whichever you like. Couple of breaths. And then releasing down, low boat. Letting the body sink back. Bending the knees. And we'll just take some rocks of the knees from side to side. The feet as wide as the mat. Little windscreen wipers getting again into the hips. Moving with your breath, and then when you're ready to press up to center, we'll just press up. Come to seated. Just rolling through shoulders, checking shoulders feel nice and loose. You can take stretch through the arms onto one side, maybe interlace behind and open up and over to the other side. Stretch through arms, open to chest. And then just hands onto knees. You can take a moment to rest before you go on and with your workout or your run or your exercise, whatever you like. Just a deep breath into the body and opening the mouth, release. Taking a moment to thank yourself for giving your body this chance to warm up. Take a moment to thank your body for all the wonderful things it can do for you. Enjoy your workout and I'll see you soon.